Hi guys. Cinema Synopsis here. Today I'm going to show you a horror thriller film from 2015, titled, It Follows. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's dive in. In the opening scene, a young woman is fleeing from someone or something. She is shown driving to the beach. At the beach, she calls her father and tells him that she is sorry for being so unkind to him. In the morning, it is shown that she was brutally murdered during the night. Her leg is twisted and a bone is seen sticking out of it. The film then switches to Jay, who is on a date with Hugh at the movies. While they are waiting in line, Hugh starts talking about how envious he is of young children and how they have innocent, carefree lives. When they are inside the theater, Hugh spots a young woman at the entrance. He points her out to Jay, but she, however, cannot see her. Suddenly, Hugh starts getting afraid and demands to Jay that they leave the theater. On their next date, Jay and Hugh are having sex in his car, when he suddenly chloroforms her. When Jay awakens, she is tied up in a wheelchair. Hugh is there and he explains to her that when they had sex, he passed on a curse to her. This curse is an entity that can only be seen by the person with the curse, which is now Jay. The entity can take the form of any person and will follow her repeatedly at a walking pace. If the entity, referred to as it, catches her, it will kill her and will go after the previous person who had the curse, which would now be Hugh, to get them to pass the curse on to someone else. It is implied that Hugh had slept with the young woman from the beginning of the film, but since it caught her, it is continuing to stalk Hugh until he passes the curse on to someone else, hence why he slept with Jay. At that moment, Hugh spots a naked woman walking towards them. Jay and Hugh then flee. Hugh drops Jay off at home and continues to flee. The police are searching for Hugh, but are unable to find him. Hugh says he got the curse from some girl he had a one-night stand with. It will continue to stalk Hugh until he passes the curse on to someone else, hence why he slept with Jay. While at school, Jay spots an old woman in a hospital gown walking towards her. Nobody around appears to notice the old woman. Jay's friend, Paul, who has a crush on Jay, and her sister Kelly agree to help. That night, Jay, Paul, Kelly and another friend, Yara, all agree to spend the night in the same house. During the night, Paul hears a noise and examines a smashed window in the kitchen. He looks around, but does not see anyone. Jay then sees an almost naked woman with dark eyes walking towards her. She runs to tell the others, but none of them can see anything. Suddenly, a tall man with dark eyes walks into the room. Jay then runs out of the house. Jay runs to a playground nearby, where her friends eventually catch up to her. A neighbor named Greg offers to help the group by giving them a ride. Jay and her friends plan to confront Hugh, so after tracking him down by figuring out his real address, he tells Jay that she needs to sleep with someone in order to successfully pass the curse on to someone else. Greg drives Jay, Kelly, Yara and Paul to his family's lake house and teaches Jay to shoot a revolver. The entity arrives and sneaks up behind Jay in the form of Yara, but as the friends can't see it, the entity attacks Jay by surprise. Jay's friends ward it off by breaking a chair over its body and Jay shoots it in the head, but it recovers unharmed and attacks Jay again, this time taking the form of a demonic-looking Paul. She escapes in Greg's car, but loses control and crashes into a cornfield. When Jay awakens, she is in the hospital being treated for her broken arm. After she is released, Jay decides to pass the curse on to someone else. She sleeps with Greg, in hopes of successfully passing the curse on to him. Greg consents, as he does not believe the entity exists. Paul is heartbroken after finding out that Jay was with Greg. At home, Jay looks out the window to see Greg walking down the street to his house. When he gets to his window, he breaks it and enters. Jay then figures out that it has taken the appearance of Greg. Jay runs over to the house and peeks inside to see it taking on the appearance of Greg's mom. Jay then tries to warn Greg, who is on the telephone. It jumps on top of Greg and kills him. In horror, Jay walks in to see Greg dead and the entity humping him. Now, the curse has reverted back to Jay, who flees to the woods and foolishly decides to sleep on the car. When she awakens in the morning, Jay is near a beach and spots 3 young men on a boat. She undresses and goes into the water, hoping that she can sleep with one of the men and can pass on the curse to buy herself more time. The movie cuts to Jay driving home, so it is not known if she followed through with it or not. However, when home, Jay tells Paul that she bought more time, so it is implied that she did. Paul wants to sleep with Jay, but she rebuffs him, since she does not want him to be killed. Paul tells Jay that he likes her and goes in for a kiss, but gets rejected. Press F to pay respects. Jay then meets with the rest of her friends and they drive off, but spots it, posing as a naked man, spying on her from the roof of her house. Jay then comes up with a plan to kill it. The group goes to a deserted swimming pool in hopes of luring it into the water and then electrocuting it. Jay is the bait and gets into the pool. When she finally spots it, it has taken on the appearance of her father. But, it has figured out the plan and starts throwing electrical devices into the water to kill Jay. Since they cannot see it, the others fire blindly to try to kill it. In the ensuing chaos, Paul accidentally wounds Yara. Kelly has the smart idea of throwing a towel over the entity, so they can locate it. Paul then shoots it in the head, supposedly killing the entity. Though, just as Jay is about to escape the pool, it grabs her and pulls her back under the water. Paul, with incredible luck, manages to shoot it in the head again, freeing her from its grasp, allowing her to get away. This time, it does not appear that the entity has recovered. After heading home, Paul and Jay finally have sex. Sometime later, Jay and Paul are walking down the street hand in hand. Behind them, a person is following them. The end. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, as it will help my channel grow. Have a nice day and take care.